All right, these are my picks for UFC 303, starting with the early prelims all the way to the main card. Let's go. Ricky Simon versus Vinicius Oliveira. I'm picking Vinicius Oliveira to knock out Ricky Simon in the first round. My reasoning behind that is that Ricky, he's very random. He wins and he loses. It's just very inconsistent win rate. Vinicius Oliveira is really good. Has a good amount of knockouts already. His last fight, he knocked out, I forget what his name was, but Ray Tusuria versus Carlos Hernandez. I think Tusuria, I forget how to say his last name. I don't even know how to say it. He's undefeated. He's coming from, this is going to be his debut from Road to UFC. I think Tusuria is going to submit Carlos Hernandez in the second round. Andrei Arlovski versus Martin Bunday. Andrei Arlovski, a veteran, former UFC champion, but he's really old. And Martin Bunday, he lost to Giziev, so I'm immediately going to pick Andrei Arlovski to win this fight by second round TKO, and I think he'll retire after that. Gilliam Robertson versus Michelle Waterson Gomez. They were supposed to fight a couple months ago, but this fight got rebooked for this card. I think Gilliam Robertson is going to win this fight by decision. Michelle Waterson has a bunch of losses. She has losses to decent people, but some of those people she shouldn't be losing to. Gilliam Robertson, it's kind of the same for her as well, but I think Gilliam Robertson is just a little better. Payne Talbot versus Yannis Gamori. I think Payne Talbot will knock out Yannis Gamori in the third round. Not knockout, but more of a TKO. Payne Talbot is not really a fast starter, but he's good at countering, great jiu-jitsu skills. And I think he will break down Yannis Gamori. I think it'll be a tougher fight than he thinks. I think he'll go to the later rounds and he will hurt him with the shot in the third, TKO him up against the cage, or probably some ground and pound after he drops him. Charles Jourdain versus Gene Silva. I think Gene Silva will win this fight by decision. Charles Jourdain has never been knocked out. I think Gene Silva is just a lot better. Charles Jourdain just can't really, he's not good at hitting that go button. And I think Gene Silva is better than him at that. So I think with Gene Silva's aggression and technical skill and grappling defense, he could beat Charles Jourdain by decision. Andre Fili versus Cub Swanson. I think that's it's going to be a super good, entertaining fight. I think Andre Fili, he's obviously going to be faster than Cub Swanson. Andre Fili is going to be faster than Cub Swanson. I think Cub Swanson is going to have a lot of trouble with the speed difference. I don't think he's going to be able to wrestle with him. I think it's going to be a big beatdown by Andre Fili, but I don't think Andre Fili has enough power to knock out Cub Swanson. So I'm picking Andre Fili to win this fight by unanimous decision. Marc-Andre Barrelot versus Joe Pyfer. I think Joe Pyfer is going to win this fight by second round knockout. I was looking at Marc-Andre's Tapology, seeing he's been knocked out quite a few times, and I don't think Marc-Andre is that good. So I think Joe Pyfer, he's going to knock him out round 2. Alright, kicking off the main card, we have Ian Garry versus Michael Venom Page. It's a really close fight in my opinion. This is the hardest fight to pick out of all of them. Now I see this fight going either two ways. I can see Michael Venom Page getting that early KO of Ian Garry, or Ian Garry holding on and getting a very boring decision. But now I'm going to hit you with something. Ian Garry, second round knockout. Sounds crazy, but I think Ian Garry has the skills. How am I going to word this? I think Ian Garry knows how bad a loss is and how detrimental that could be to his career. He literally loses everything once he loses. And so I think he's going to be very patient in this fight, a lot of clinching. And I think he's going to catch Michael Venom Page coming in with one of his right hands while he's rushing with his hands down. I think Ian Garry will be able to back up, and just like how he got in his debut fight, the right hand counter that drops Michael Venom Page and finishes him. Now, honestly, I think the decision's probably going to happen, but if you're a bettor, I recommend just betting on Ian Garry, because, you never know. It's a W either way if you bet on him, Michael Venom Page wins, sure, you lost some money, but then again, you got to see Ian Garry get knocked out. If Ian Garry wins, then, it sucks that you get to see Michael Venom Page lose, but you're winning a lot of money, so. And I'm assuming Michael Venom Page is going to be the favorite in this fight, so that's also one of the reasons why I'm picking Ian Garry. Not just because he's the underdog, but I think he just has a really good chance of being a veteran like Michael Venom Page. Mayra Bueno Silva versus Macy Chiasson. Macy, she's a good fighter. She got liver kicked on the ground by, I can't remember who, but it was like a really weird body shot from the bottom. And then Mayra Bueno Silva, she just lost against Raquel. Raquel Pennington in a title fight on the Strickland versus Duplessis card. I think Bueno Silva is going to win the fight by decision, holding. Yeah. Anthony Smith versus Roman Dolidze. This is a really weird fight. Roman Dolidze is absolutely terrible at fighting, so I'm picking Anthony Smith to win this fight by... I want to say TKO, but Anthony Smith, I don't know, dude. He's really weird. I mean, as long as Anthony Smith doesn't just get himself submitted, I think he can beat him. Anthony Smith, I'm picking him by decision. I think it's going to be a long fight. I think Anthony Smith is going to try to go for a finish, which is going to end up getting him on the ground. And I think he'll win on the scrambles, but yeah, Anthony Smith is going to win though. Alright, co-main event, Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopez. Brian Ortega is good, don't get me wrong. He's been off for a little while, but he came back, beat Yair Rodriguez, proving that he still deserves that number 3 spot in the featherweight rankings. I think Diego Lopez is going to knock out Brian Ortega. It's a very popular pick. He got knocked down by Yair and dang near finished, but Yair just for some reason could not finish him and got submitted. So I think Diego Lopez is stronger. I think he has a lot better finishing ability than Yair Rodriguez. A very quick first round knockout for Diego Lopez. Alex Pereira versus Yuri Prochazka 2. I think Alex Pereira will knock out Yuri Prochazka in round 3 via a head kick. My reasoning behind this is that Yuri, also, he keeps his hands down a lot, and I think he's going to be expecting more of a boxing approach from Alex Pereira. And he's going to be very careful with the hands, but I don't think he will see a kick incoming, and that's what will KO him in round 3. So these are my picks for UFC 303. I'm going to be there live in the arena, so you're not going to really get a reaction video like this. But I will record the fight, probably post it on the channel, and I will post a vlog of my whole trip to Vegas. Make sure to subscribe, like the video, and see you guys later.
I was looking at the clock when it struck 12 a.m. Heard a voice in my head told me get up out that bed. So I got down on my knees and